inner circle, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my god, it felt like such a long shot. It felt like such a long shot for some reason. But Jericho did not troll me this time. You are winning. You are winning before you are going away. At least pay-per-view wise. Oh, that was so much fun. That was so much fun. That was so much fun. That was so worth it. That's up there, man. The crowd made that so up there for AEW's best pay-per-view this year. They're going for Chicago in September for All Out, St. Louis for Full Gear in November. Things are looking so good right now. Mark Henry showed up, man. That was a legitimate surprise, and I don't think there was any leaks except one thing I saw that T is somebody. I had it in my mind. That paid off. Just what a show. What a show. I am mad that I have not been doing these AEW videos more on this channel because that was a fun ride. Oh, it was so worth it. It was so worth it. See what we can do. See what we can do. Try to tone it down, but I'm still so psyched. I was rocking out like heck after Inner Circle 1, man. I was rocking out to that jam. My friends were not expecting that, especially one of them. Oh, it was so good. Okay, let's try. Let's try. All right, here we go. What's up, everyone? It's your boy here, Apollo from Down, Down, Up, Up. What's going on, Apollo Nation? Today I'm talking to you because it's time to talk about AEW Double or Nothing 2021. Oh, it was so much fun. But let's try to go through the whole show and be as judgmental as we can. It was not a perfect show, but it came as close as perfect as I was hoping. So, buy-in, lovely discussion. I love the Britt Baker promo video. And as far as wrestling goes, big respect to Rio and Serena Deeb for that NWA Women's Championship match. Went on longer than I expected for a buy-in match. And so far, we're sort of still teasing Serena going heel. She got some boos in that match, some slaps, a little bit of disrespect toward Rio. Rio was the full baby face in that match, I would be fair to say. And after some close calls, finally, after working on the leg, Serena set in that tequila sunrise, banging that leg, pulling it back, and Rio had to tap out. Serena Deeb still the NWA Women's Champion. I'd go so far to say she has been my favorite NWA Women's Champion of all time. It's great to see her putting the work in AEW. I really hope she can keep it up. I'm sort of mad that when eventually, like nearly every champion, she will lose the title, it will probably not be on AEW, but I really want to see how it goes because she's just been great. But now as far as the main show goes, we open with such a good choice. Brian Cage coming out with Terminator-esque Value Village clothing versus Hangman Adam Page, and that pot Page got, oh, so good. Thank you, crowd. Thank you, crowd, for doing your part. I'm so glad to have you back, especially for AEW shows. Match was great. The F5s were a big tease. Also the one from the freaking top rope, or at least second rope. I love that they were trying to steal each other's moves at one point. I was wondering what Cage was doing on the apron. He goes for the buckshot lariat, and Page moves out of the way, and Page hits an F5. That was a good spot, man. But in the end, it was sort of what I was expecting when it came to what Team Taz was going to do and how Brian Cage would take it. Tried to help with the interference, but Cage refused it. Buckshot lariat out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. Adam Page, baby, gets his win back. That's 2 for 2. It's a good start. Good start. For me, at least. Gotta clear the throat. You know how the tongue works, you know how the throat works. Next up, I'm pretty sure was a match I would not have put on second, but hey, we had to give everyone their spot, and I'm glad the Bucks, Moxley, and Kingston understood what had to be done for the later part. Tag Team Championship match. I was thinking most of the night that this was going to be match of the night after what we got because, oh, you need to see this match. You really need to see this match. I wasn't expecting that much. I knew this was going to be good. I did not think close it was going to be to that 5-star masterpiece. Kingston and Moxley were doing everything in their power to just destroy the Young Bucks, whereas the Bucks were playing the cheats and the sly, cocky heel attitudes. At one point, Matt Jackson faked the hot tag like he's been teasing on Dynamite, except this time he really did just pretend to have a full hot tag leading up to Hogan's leg drop spot. If there were some pluses, Brian Cutler got killed early on. Anderson and Gallows tried to interfere, but thanks to obviously the brains and fists of Moxley and Kingston and Frankie Kazarian, who attacked, I believe, Anderson on the entrance ramp. He said he was coming for every one of those elite bums, and he got one of them. That was very good storytelling. Great time for him to jump. But then the match went on, and there was just no real shenanigans to be found. The Bucks had to be the Bucks, and I give clutch because I was expecting this to be a hot start to the night. I thought this was going to be first, and we get a good crowd feel win to start the show. But, oh my goodness, we kept teasing it. Moxley kept getting in the choke. It kept getting broken up. He gets the paradigm shift. It gets breaking up, but the Bucks have to keep isolating Moxley and Kingston apart. Enough so that after, I want to say 4 or 5 BTE triggers, those double knees, Matt Jackson, I believe, is the one who finally crawled over and pinned Jon Moxley 1, 2, 3 to retain the tag team championship. Apologies, that's phone noise. I can't really complain as far as this goes. This was fantastic. I couldn't call this. The Bucks are keeping the belts. We're moving forward. I cannot wait to see where this is going to go next because the fun is really only just starting. I'm hoping with all 4 of these guys, if I'm being honest. But man, I don't know how they're going to top that. That was insane. That was absolutely insane, but let's see if we can keep it going. I don't know how well I'm going to do order-wise on this show, so that's 3. Next up, I believe, was the Casino Battle Royal. This is another one I was thinking could have started, but if not, maybe put it halfway through, and this, I guess, was close enough to half that I wasn't really going to complain about. So, this was, without a doubt, the best structured Casino Battle Royal that I have ever seen AEW pull on. The entrances were on point. Everyone got their time, in my opinion, which is something I really don't remember them doing too much. They used to really just let the next 5 people come in together and sort of separate them for their own pops, but they were still close enough that it was just like, oh, here's the next group of people. This is not how this match felt. But coming out number 1, I was so happy to see him. I had a feeling he'd be starting the match. Christian Cage, Dustin Rhodes, Powerhouse Hobbs, that was a surprise to see. Matt Sydal, and I think Max Caster of the Acclaimed? I'm not great with names for everyone yet, but his rap, oh. The Acclaimed, I'll be honest with you, they are like one of my best dark horses in AEW right now. I'm loving it. It's cheesy as heck, and they always pop me every time they open their mouths. So, it works. It works. Shouting out Christian how he's never good unless he has that edge, something along those lines. That was funny, man. I'm not going to really go into detail about who came in at what point, but I'll say one thing. The eliminations were quick in this one. It came down to finally in the later half of this match where you could sort of see where this was going. Christian was holding himself. He eliminated Hobbs. That was a huge surprise, a bit early on than I was expecting, even though Christian and Hobbs took sort of a break on the outside for some of the match. But Matt Hardy and Private Party, they were holding their own in this when it looked like they were going to try to stay in the last field and get Matt Hardy that cheap win. And then the Joker came out, and a lot of speculation who. I felt confident it wasn't going to be anybody too big because of the card placement. It was Leo Rush. That was a good surprise for me. I popped. I was really happy to see him. He was one of those guys I was mad WWE couldn't have the proper relationship with. I was really enjoying him as Cruiserweight Champion. No issues. No issues. Happy to see him. But apparently issue enough because he came in, he flipped, and then he kind of just sort of got eliminated by Matt Hardy. And that was very odd. I don't understand why the Joker position got that, but I guess it shows that nobody is really safe in AEW. That was a surprise. Not so for the best, in my opinion. But moving on, it came down to Private Party, Matt Hardy, Christian Cage, and Jungle Boy. And as the match went on, my mind was starting to switch, sort of. Because Jungle Boy and Christian Cage eliminated both members of Private Party. It looked like Matt Hardy was trying to get Christian on the bandwagon here, like old buddies, but Christian threw him out. And then it clicked. Wait a minute. Is Christian Cage gonna win? Because then you notice what the crowd was doing. This is an AEW crowd who has seen Jungle Boy in this position so many times, and all was falling short in these kind of battle royals, man. Wouldn't it be nice if he could win one? So the boos were actually starting, maybe just a smidge, for Christian Cage, which I understood as an AEW fan long term than the short term, for example, who wouldn't know Jungle Boy that well and doesn't fully understand what's going on. So the way they played it to a T with the false eliminations up until the point where Jungle Boy won was brilliant. As a full Christian Cage fan, I'm actually quite proud of this result because Christian Cage is the man. But he has a special power of putting someone over at the most unexpected time. You would think this would be a clutch win for him, but this was the better result, in my opinion, long-term for Christian Cage and AEW, seen by the fans who have a bit more common sense than a common Joe Schmo, and the fans themselves in the arena, because they were ecstatic when Jungle Boy won. And let's move on to the result in general. Jungle Boy is getting a World Championship match in 2 weeks. I cannot wait to see that. That is going to be top tier wrestling, and if they really want to pull the trigger, I'm actually not going to be too surprised by it. Jungle Boy is one of the hottest things in AEW. It'd be so cool to see. But we got to get there first. Big respect to Christian afterward. He came in, hyped up Jungle Boy, gave him a hug. The crowd popped super. It was the right way to go. It was the right way to go. I'm not sure if Christian Cage is going to get a championship match anytime soon, but this wasn't the way to do it because of the crowd and long-term decisions. Great job, AEW. My hat's off to you if I was wearing one. My mask, staying on. Okay, this is where the order might start to lose for me, but I think I can pick it up continuously. Cody Rhodes, Anthony Ogogo was okay. It was nice to hear Cody's theme 95% back together as it was before. Crowd pop the way you'd expect. Boo, the foreigner, yay, America. And Cody Rhodes sort of just won with a vertebreaker, and that was it. I didn't hate this, but I was also disappointed because Ogogo's gimmick failed to pay off pay-per-view wise in a big match. This is the sort of miss that AEW shouldn't be the ones making. This is more of a WWE gimmick mistake, so that was sort of off. If this was really going to be something special, in my opinion, Ogogo would have stolen it, or just crushed Cody down to a T, and we would have had the boos raining down. So, not impressed with this one. Good for Cody, always happy to cheer for him, but it was a miss. I'll be honest, this was a miss, but we're going to move on. Next up, I think was sort of another miss. It was the TNT Championship match, Miro and Lance Archer. They beat the crap out of each other for a little bit. We had a table spot. We went over the barricade into some fans. And then Jake sort of came out with a bag that got thrown away, and then a little bit more of a kerfuffle, and it was over thanks to an accolade by Miro. And I think Archer passed out. I don't remember seeing him tap, and the ref called it. It was the result we expected, but it was also kind of just there. Yeah, this is the middle part of the show that sort of lost the luster, but fair play to the fans who may have needed the recharge. So, not gonna hate on it. Lowest parts was the Cody Ogogo and the Archer Miro match. Just my opinion. We're gonna move on. I need to get my count back. So we had the buy-in, Cage and Page match, tag titles, Casino Battle Royal, Cody Ogogo, and what want to just talk about? Just talk about one of them. Oh, the TNT title match. Okay, 4 left. Am I gonna lose track of these 4 already? Okay, no, I think I got it. I think I have it. Okay. It's tough when it's just the head, but you know what? I think I got it. Women's Championship match, I believe, was next. And I give credit, Britt Baker and Hikaru Shida. They tore it. It took a bit to get going, but when they were going, it got good, man. The last 10 minutes of that were to a T perfect. I was popping like hell when Rebel, not Reba, hit Britt Baker with the crutch and in front of the referee's eyes, and she'd almost stole it, but no, they didn't even come close to when Baker finally got the curb stomp to Sheeta on the bell. 1, 2, oh, should have been 3, but it wasn't. Sheeta kicked out. I needed Britt to win this so bad for so many reasons, but thankfully, Lockjaw, Sheeta tapped. Britt Baker's the women's champion. She hugged Tony Schiavone after the match, and the crowd was there for it. And big props to Britt. She is one of those people who, when turned heel, lost me completely. But you build someone so well over the past bit. Get me invested. Minus the fact that I had lost interest in Sheeta a long time ago as the champion that barely showed up and brought the division down. I'm sorry, everyone has their own opinions. That one's mine. Britt Baker is champion. Be consistent on the show. Be consistently who you are now. And big respect for doing what very few wrestlers can do in my eyes. And that's grab me back 100%. Well done. Well done. Happy to see that. Next up, Sting, Darby Allin versus Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. Good. It was good. And honestly, I was sort of just there for Sting, and I think they understood where this was going for the fans too. So when Sting finally got in, started hitting his moves, things got good. And I give credit, that finish was great. Sky going for that cutter off of the apron in the ring. Sting catching him, Scorpion Death Drop, 1, 2, 3. Done. Sting and Darby win. They remain undefeated as a team on pay-per-view. And Sting's looking pretty good being back in the ring. So that was fun. That was pretty fun. I like that. Next up, World Championship Triple Threat match. I was happy to see that Stadium Stampede was in the main event because we'll get to that. The Triple Threat for the World Championship was a journey. Everyone had their close moments. Black arrows from Pac. Orange punches from Cassidy. Omega, to be fair, not a single one-wing angel to be had, but still a lot of steel chances that could have gone one way, not quite, but then the steals got too much because Cassidy, of course, he got his punches, and Don Callis pulled the referee out, and then the referee eventually got hit out by Omega. It's no disqualification, and then Omega hit Pac with every single championship he had. But even then, Cassidy had a chance, man. He got the orange punch again. Another referee came down to count. Callis looked like he was going to pull her out too. But Omega hooked those arms. 1, 2, 3. Beat Cassidy. Retain the championship. I was a little disappointed that Cassidy had to take the fall in this one. But if we build up to another Pac-Omega match, I'm not going to complain. Man, that had me. That had me multiple times. It was a fun match to go through. Big respect. You notice I can't really give too much if it's a match I really enjoy. I just want to move past it with the sense that it was great. Nothing to hate on. This was one of those, man. Handled really well. Good on you, Kenny. Good on you, Pac. And good on you, Cassidy, for pulling out a masterpiece. That was one of the most unique championship matches I've ever seen. So, much fun. And please, AEW, give us more multi-man matches. This is something that as a fan, I crave to see on my weekly programming. So, don't be afraid to do more. That's the advice I'm going to give. Stadium Stampede, though. Just the emotional roller coaster. And no, I'm not going to go into every detail in this match. Go watch it. Go have a good time. This was so unique compared to the last one, and different. Also what was expected. Instead of fighting in the Stampede, aka the football field the whole time, they were all and about the building like crazy. We kept cutting from one fight to another. Jericho and MJF were breaking each other. Wardlow and Hager were breaking each other. Spears and Guevara were breaking each other. And Proud and Powerful and FTR were beating the crap out of each other. Conan was a little guest appearance. Go find him. I can guarantee you'll enjoy that. Some staff from, I believe, the Jacksonville Jaguars were in there. That was kind of cool. Fun facts to see. And a cardboard cutout of Tony Khan's dad was there. You gotta go see this match. The finish, though, that's what was a clutch play, because Jericho had taken care of MJF up in the stands. I believe it was a powerbomb through some sort of crate. But then we get back to the ring with Shawn Spears and Guevara, and Shawn's hitting chair shots that look like you could kill a man. Sammy's kicking out. Shawn Spears sets up a chair between the middle and bottom rope in the corner. But Sammy gets the better of him. Stomps him through it. 630 from the top. 1, 2, oh my gosh, 3. Sammy Guevara got the win for the Inner Circle. Some of the fans didn't even know what to expect. That was it. They all got in the ring and celebrated. They are not disbanding as a team. And it's what I needed. Especially Sammy getting the fall. That was so rewarding as a fan. He's been just the best in and outside of the ring wrestler AEW's had for a long time. Oh, so many emotions. So many emotions. If you had seen me after the match celebrating, I would have looked like a nut, a full-blown nut for this match. AEW Double or Nothing was a fantastic show. And for our first predictions, we didn't do too bad here. I got 7 out of 10. I'll take that all day. Great show. Great show. Please, if you have time, go out of your way to watch at least one match from the show and listen to the crowd. It's so rewarding as a wrestling fan to have this kind of pop again. But hey, you know what? That's it. We're going to stop it here. If we have one last thing to say at the end of this video, thank you guys. I checked my page. 100 subscribers. That is awesome for me to see. Thank you guys who have been trucking through me since, I guess, 2015, right? We've come a long way, but we're still enjoying what we're doing. So thank you guys so much. Some new scratch-off videos coming this week too, by the way. Keep your eyes open for those. I'll see you guys in another video. Thanks for 100. Catch some of AEW Double or Nothing if you haven't seen it already. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Keep it real.